Hello, gorgeous people, and welcome to another TV Central one-on-one podcast. I'm Aaron Ryan. This is episode 38, 2023. Alone Australia is a fantastic new series on SBS and SBS On Demand, and the audiences are lapping it up. In fact, the audience is lapping it up so much, I had to get Kathryn Fink, a director of television, on the phone to dissect the performance of the show. Kathryn, thank you for joining me at TV Central.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, ratings have come through for Alone Australia, and they are massive across all platforms and all demographics. Let me ask you first, why do you think the show is resonating with audiences?
Look, I think at the end of the day, Alone Australia is all about human resilience, both physical and emotional. And it's really something everybody can relate to. I think a lot of people are sitting at home on their couches asking, what would I do? What are the 10 items I would take? How would I survive? Would I miss my family? I think it's really, really very relatable. The other thing is it's authentic. So there are no external cameras. There's no one telling people what to do. These contestants, these participants are all filming themselves, right? And so it's very authentic. It's very authentic storytelling. And as a result, I think you get to see the strengths and vulnerabilities in a way that's authentic. And again, it's not manipulated. So it's just resonating. And I think it's incredibly engaging and relatable for audiences.
Well, let's have a look at some of these extraordinary figures. Let's look specifically at last night. What numbers have come through on last night's viewing?
Yeah, so we got over close to 400,000 viewers, so 333,000 metro and regional, and another 65,000 have watched on demand. And so, 400,000 so far, and, we expect that to continue to grow as people continue to follow on demand. So, again, another night of great numbers.
Yeah, and I saw some big figures there in the demos as well. What about the figures for episodes so far this season? I believe the first two episodes have now surpassed the million mark.
Yeah, so Ep1 is now C28 was over 1.2 million viewers.
Wow.
And Ep2 was very close to that. And the great thing is we've seen a brilliant performance both on the broadcast and on demand. On demand has given a 315% uplift to the F1 viewing, which is great. And also the other great thing is it's a young audience with the majority of viewers actually in the 25 to 54 brackets. So that's also great for us.
You touched on this a little bit, but my understanding is that SBS had a good feeling about the show in terms of its SBS On Demand audience, which they were spot on. However, the broadcast episodes have surely surpassed all expectations. People are sitting around the telly enjoying the show on broadcast as well on Wednesday nights. Were you a little surprised it did so well on broadcast?
Yeah, look, we did have a good feeling about the show because the international series of Alone, both the US and the Scandi series had done so incredibly well. So we were pretty sure it was going to be appealing to a local version would be pretty appealing to Australian audiences. But we've been really pleased about the live viewership. People are following it together. We've seen the social interaction that is going on during the live broadcast. And so I think there is something about sharing the experience as we follow each of the participants' journeys. And again, that relatability is really driving that live viewership, which we're incredibly pleased to see.
Every broadcaster likes a little bit of a flow-on effect as well. For other shows, I see Rogue Heroes and even Michael Palin in Iraq have been doing well, haven't they?
Yeah, look, Rogue Heroes has been doing brilliantly, and for those who aren't following it, it follows the sort of the origin of the SAS in Britain, and it's a beautifully made show, and is as you say, it's got an incredibly sort of passionate following for that series. And look, Michael Palin on SBS, everybody knows that an SBS audience loves Michael Palin, so he always does well, but certainly probably also seeing a great flow and effect from Alone Australia.
Yeah. And look, I have to try before you go. Any little teaser you want to leave me for any of the upcoming episodes of Alone Australia?
Yeah, look, I obviously I can't tell you much, but what I can tell you is that it's just going to get harder, right? People are going to hit their limits, exhaustion, hunger, they're going to get really cold. I mean, this is now, it's beginning to get really difficult. And so I would just sort of say, watch this space, because people are going to be pushed to their limits.
Oh, okay. Looking forward to the rest of the season. Kathryn, thank you for joining me for that ratings update.
Thank you, Aaron.
That was Kathryn Fink, Director of Television at SBS. Alone Australia, available on SBS On Demand and, of course, broadcast Wednesday nights on SBS. That's it for this mini TV Central 1-on-1 podcast. For all the latest news, streaming reports, podcasts and ratings, of course, head to tvcentral.com.au. I'm Aaron Ryan. Thanks to Kathryn Fink. Bye for now.